Welcome to Pennhurst.
Oh, tiptoe from the garden, along the lemon tree, and tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Hello, I'm your host, Emily Angelucci, and welcome to Pennhurst. We're going to take you undercover to show you what really goes on behind the walls of the Pennhurst Asylum. The actors will share with us some exclusive information, and we will have a behind-the-scenes interview with one of the makeup artists here at Pennhurst. We will also learn about the history of the complex and what really goes into bringing this creepy event to life. I hope you make it out alive. The doctor will see you now.
When was Pennhurst initially opened?
It was opened in November of 1908.
And was it always known as an insane asylum?
It was never an asylum. Some of the names when it opened was Eastern State School and Hospital for the feeble-minded and epileptic. When I worked here, it went from Pennhurst State School and Hospital to Pennhurst Center.
And can you tell us some of what is up on the walls here and what some of them are?
In the walls of the museum, in this whole room, from this booklet from 1954, this booklet was given to parents who thought about having their child admitted here at Pennhurst. It shows how Pennhurst was totally self-sufficient. When it did open in 1908, there was 1,400 acres, which included their own farms. So that everything was done here on the grounds. They had their own heat plant, their own sewage system. Everything was here.
How many on-call staff did they have, or were all staff always on call at any time?
Back then, I'm not sure. When I was here, they did have doctors on call. But that there would be a doctor here on grounds, and if you needed them, they would be here like within an hour or so.
Well, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it very much. It was great.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Todd Crack here at Pennhurst. He's one of the security officers here. We have a couple questions for you, Todd. How safe are the guests here coming to an attraction like this?
Well, I think they're pretty safe coming here to Pennhurst. We have about 50 event staff and security on the grounds, not only outside but inside the buildings. Some are just regular security, some are event staff that are just here to make sure you're just generally safe. And then we also do have some local officers on site as well, taking care of things if need be.
Has there been really any out-of-the-ordinary experiences here in the years that you have been here?
This is 2.5 years for me that I've been here. The first night, opening night, dress rehearsal night of the second year, I was out standing at the exit of the B door. There was a group of 20 of us. The door was cocked open with a fence pole, one of these metal fence poles here. The fence pole fell over that was holding the door open, and there's a lock bolt, homemade lock bolt thing in there that's very difficult to get out even by hand. The pin went flying out of the door about 6 feet or so off onto the catwalk, and the door went slamming shut.
We've heard that the top floor in the Mayflower building is one of the most haunted here. What do you have to say about that?
I personally have not. One of my coworkers does have some sound. They got an EVP of a little girl up there. They do have it. I've heard it. It's a little girl laughing, so it's pretty creepy. It is.
Well, thank you so much, Todd. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So what exactly do you do here at Pennhurst?
Well, I clean the floors because of you with your funny-looking shoes and everything. I mean, I gotta keep this place clean.
So how long have you been working here at Pennhurst? Is it a long time? So you notice a lot of people walking around here at Pennhurst, and you have a tendency to scare most people. So I mean, what do you think is the best scare you've ever gotten on someone here?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to scare people. It's just that they're usually afraid of my mop. I go at them, I swipe at them like this, and they go running away. I mean, I'll chase after them. I don't get it. It's made out of old human hair, but I don't know what's so scary about it.
Have anyone told you stories about like the best scares they've done or pulled, or have you pulled any yourself?
Well, just recently, actually, in the first couple of nights, we've had several people leave crying. Several people leave through the chicken doors, and just a lot of people outside bawling their eyes out. They're really scared of whatever's going on wherever they leave from.
And do you ever feel like guilty about that, or is that just what comes with the domain?
Comes with the job. The better the scare, the more fun it is.
Scaring people isn't just about jumping out. It's about the makeup, too. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Brady, and I'm sitting here with Julie Kruk, makeup artist from Pennhurst Asylum in Spring City, PA. I have a question for you. Where do you get your ideas from?
As far as there's a backstory to Pennhurst, all of the characters have their own little stories that we work on and work with. We work with our costume designers and our main makeup manager, and we came up with different looks and different ideas for each of the characters for each room, because each room is a different concept, and that's really it. And then we can use our own creativity and go on from there and do different things, and everybody draws upon their own experiences and their own backgrounds. My background's in medical illustrations, so I use a lot of anatomical references and a lot of what I learned in school, and I've always loved the blood and guts horror movie stuff, so yeah, we all do use different things.
Okay, thanks. And also, I know you spend a lot of time at Pennhurst doing the makeup and decorating the sets, so have you ever had any out-of-this-world occurrences?
Well, I had one little occurrence happen last summer when I was first working there. The guys that I worked with all were always trying to scare us while we were trying to do our jobs, painting away, and they were always scaring us with really big, loud noises. And one day while I was working, I felt somebody lightly tap me on the shoulder, and I turned around thinking it was one of the guys trying to scare me in a different way, and nobody was there. And so that sort of creeped me out because I thought for sure somebody was going to be standing there, and there was nobody there. So I feel like I was definitely touched by something, but I don't know what it was exactly.
Oh, wow. I'd be so scared if that happened to me.
It was creepy.
Well, thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm here with Juice, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. What can you tell us about the history about the attraction?
Well, as far as I know, it was built in 1908, and it was shut down in 1982. Basically what they did is they decided they were going to shut it down, and they basically closed the doors and left everything here. So it became a treasure trove for the local explorers, urban explorers they call them, people that came here to come find and see all the history that was left behind. We came here 3 years ago to find basically the buildings turned upside down, weather beaten, damaged, stripped of copper, electric, no real active usage, so to speak. So what we did is we came in and We added safety upgrades. We put in full fire alarms. We cleaned out the buildings and we made them basically livable, so to speak. And we decided that that a haunted house would be a great way to promote it and get it back on the map, and all the while basically raising funds for the preservation of the buildings so we didn't have to knock them down even though they are dilapidated.
Right.
So.
Okay, so most of the props that are in on the sets are actual props from when it was up and running.
I wouldn't say most, but I would say over half.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if you go through the museum, you're going to see the artifacts in there are all original. All the pictures on the walls are either reproductions of originals because they were, threadbare or whatever. But there's also, I would say over 50% of the props. The lighting and everything has all been reconstructed. Wiring has been redone. A lot of the chairs and different medical equipment and whatnot that's in there is all original. It's been pulled out of all the buildings from around here. It's been cleaned off. It's been reactivated, rewired, and whatnot. So now some of the stuff in here we've obviously added, some of the state-of-the-art effects, the lighting and things like that. But for the most part, it's original.
Okay. Have there been any encounters with the supernatural on the complex?
Yes.
Yes. Any personal experiences?
No.
No. Okay. So what would you say would be your favorite part or the scariest part of the attraction?
My scariest part would be if everybody left and I turned all the lights out and you go walking down a catwalk in the back.
Welcome to Pennhurst.